Good morning. In sitting with our inner child wounds, there is a unique perspective that you have today as an adult that your inner child needs to hear. Oftentimes, the stories that the child hears, especially when they are wounded by their caretakers, whether intentionally or not, because it's needed for survival, that story, it begins to become a belief. And because the emotions at the time are overwhelming, the feelings of it are often stuffed down into the body, creating an imprint. And as we move into adulthood, these imprints begin showing you scenarios in your adult life that are connected to the wounds of the child so that they can be worked out and processed through to be released. The important thing to always know is that the stories that we tell ourselves to survive are just that, they're stories. And oftentimes they're never questioned as an adult. And we don't understand why we keep attracting the same scenarios in our adult life, even though we intellectually know that it may not be true. Our cells, from the belief that were wired into us as children through wounds, don't respond to intellectual understanding. So the phrases of as above, so below, as within, so without, two faces of the one, is a great concept to hold in mind as we work with childhood wounds. So your inner child is a fractal of you as an adult, and your higher self sees you, as projected its consciousness in you as a fractal of the higher self. And it's all connected, you could say, in this life through the memories of our cells. And as we go through life playing out these scenarios that aren't true, they seem to be validating that they are true. However, each time you play out the scenario and it's painful, it's asking you to look at it, to question it. Because regardless of what other people do or don't do, the emotions are felt within us. The triggers we feel are within us. It's happening within us, within ourselves, within our emotions. So with that understanding, what I'd like you to do is close your eyes and take in a deep breath and fill your lungs completely in your belly and hold it for a few seconds. And when you release out, release slowly, allowing the tension in your body your mind or your heart to just release with it. So take a deep breath in fully. Hold it and release slowly. Good. And then just let your body relax. You can do a quick scan over your body to see where you might be holding tension. You can take a breath into that area if it helps you to release it. Take a breath into anything that you might feel is tight. Anything in your head. Release your jaw. Release the tension behind your eyes and your forehead. And down into your neck and your throat area. Just take a deep breath in there. And release. Allowing the throat to be open and expanded. Scan down your heart. Any heaviness or sadness, just breathe right into it. Release it out, down into the belly. Any knots of anxiety, depression, anything you're feeling like that, just breathe right into it. And then release slowly. And then down, scan your legs, your knees, and your feet, allowing your body to just completely relax your muscles. Let them just relax. Feel the weight of your bones in your chair. Please make sure you're sitting straight but relaxed and your feet are planted on the ground. Before we go into the wounds of our childhood, I want you to imagine that at the bottom of your spine is an energetic connection that goes all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. You can see this energetic connection as energy that has a magnetic pull. You can see it biological as roots that extend up to the bottom of your spine, whatever feels most comforting to you. But placing our attention on it allows our cells to be reminded that we are grounded in our bodies and it's okay to be here now. I'd like you to take in a deep breath, pulling this energy from the center of Mother Earth, the core of her, up through your energetic connection and into the heart, feeling her warmth and her care for you. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out love to every cell of your body. Giving it new life force energy. Good. Now I'd like you to bring to mind a childhood memory that comes to mind that may have been scary, painful, or hurtful when you were a child. Bring to mind the younger version of you that comes to mind during a situation where you felt alone, lost, uncared for, unheard, silenced. If you were physically hurt, Whatever moment arises, use that one. There may be others, but we're just going to work with one. You can always come back to work with others as they arise. And I want you to see this younger version of yourself and this scenario playing out. And I want you to get to the part of the situation right after it happens, a moment after it happens. See how your inner child, your younger version of you, handled that moment. And I want you to freeze the frame. I'd like you to gently walk up to your inner child in this frozen frame and tell it, your inner child, what it needs to hear. Tell it the truth. Tell them what you know from your adult self of what happened and why it happened. And if you're not sure, use the feelings and the emotions as the adult that you know your inner child needed to hear from their caretakers, from your caretakers who were wounded themselves and incapable of understanding the immense value and worthiness and lovableness of you. Tell your inner child, this is not happening because you are bad. You are immensely loved and valued. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of being heard. You are worthy of being seen. You are exist because you are worthy. You are a part of a whole that is our Creator. And without you, everything would be different. You are here and exist because these lessons that are being learned are valuable for your soul, for you, the collective, and for your family to grow. But you are not meant to suffer in them. And it's okay to release the story that these painful memories gave you these stories that were untrue but needed at the time in order to survive. The story of being unworthy, of not being valuable, of not being lovable. Those are just stories and they're not true. I love you. Thank you so much for surviving. Thank you that even through these things, there's still were moments of playfulness, of joy, of creativity, moments of believing that you could do anything. And even if you were choosing in that moment that you were never going to be like the people who hurt you, that is empowerment in itself to choose. Let your inner child know that now you are an adult and we have many choices. And one of them is choosing to see the truth in stories that we had told ourselves at very painful times in our childhood as a way to survive, and see it as that, and only that. It is not the truth. It was a way for us to survive, and it got stuffed, and it got stuck, and it's been playing out. But we see it now, and it's okay to let it go. Embrace your inner child. Give it the hug and the reassurance that it needs. Send all your love into your younger version of yourself. And in this frozen frame, once we come out of this meditation, it will play itself out differently. So we don't need to replay anything in our minds from this point forward, because it will change us on a cellular level from our childhood to our adult life. Now I want you to see how that love and that comfort and that reassurance and that safety is now empowering this younger version of you in this situation, of knowing now it's not about them. It's not about them being worthy or lovable or valued. The entire universe values you, or you wouldn't be here. The ripple effects that you have in lessons learned, in kindness given, is invaluable. Now I want you to allow the child to be this new version of a child living out a truth that is not attached to this story. It may be in this hard situation, but it knows its value. It understands that these are wounded people, incapable of giving it what it needs, but it doesn't change the value of the child. And with love, I want you to go ahead and step back from this frame and come into your heart. And I want you to hear the words in your cells, in your body, from your higher self. You are worthy. Let it sink all the way into your cells. Your higher self is sending the same amount of love and compassion that you did for your inner child. Hear the words. You are lovable. You are worthy of love. Taking a deep breath. Breathe out slowly. Hear the words. You matter. You are valuable. You are worthy of a beautiful life, of connection, of amazing growth and compassion for yourself and for others. You being here matters so much. Thank you for surviving and for being here. You are not alone. Hear the words in your heart and let it sink into your cells. Taking a deep breath. And release slowly. You are never alone. The spirit side connection, the soul connection of you has many layers, and all of them are valuable and needed. Let that really sink in to your heart and your body. Thank your inner child for the time of connecting to it in this painful scenario that it lived out, for you to become a more compassionate, understanding, intelligent, capable adult. Hear the gratitude from your higher self for those exact same things. And thank your higher self for always bringing to you what you need in the moment. Remind yourself to connect into your inner self, your younger inner child, to ask it what it needs and to give it a moment of time to be with it, to hear it, allow it, and to love your inner child. And give yourself that reassurance from your higher self. As we bring this to a close, pay attention to how you feel in your body as you go through the day. Pay attention to how things no longer trigger you as much, and how you have more compassion for others who are wounded, and more compassionate for yourself in the wounds that you carry. When you're ready, just wiggle your toes. Bring your attention back to your breath. Feel the support of Mother Earth and the earth beneath you, and the light of your higher self around you and in you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. I hope you have an amazing day, knowing that you are a divine being.